Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today I'm going to be reviewing a beer that, well, there's no point beating around the bush. It's a macro beer. It's a corporate beer. It's a beer put out by Pabst Brewing Company. Well, Pabst Brewing Company is the parent company. The actual brewery itself is the uh, Josh Joshua Schlitt Schlitz Brewing Company out of Milwaukee, and it is Schlitz beer. Now, you're probably wondering, why is a guy who's always heralding craft beer drinking a Schlitz beer? It's very simple. I want to see just how good or bad Schlitz is. The simple fact of the matter is, the last time I had a Schlitz, I remember sneaking a sip of Schlitz from somebody when I was just a kid, and I don't even remember when or where that was. I just remember sneaking a sip of Schlitz. Wow, that's easier said than no, it's not. It's easier done than said. Um, so I thought, you know what? I saw it sitting on the shelf. It was $1.49 for a 12-ounce bottle, and I thought, I'm going to find out. I need to at least find out whether it's any good or not. Just because it's corporate doesn't mean it's bad. Hear that, Craft House? Anyway, so upon inspection, I discovered that 14 of my friends had given this a cumulative score of a whopping 2.39. 25,000 of us on Untappd have given it a 2.75. On Beer Advocate, 518 people have ranked it and given it a cumulative score of 3.54, which is good. So, look, as I said, I paid $1.49 for the bottle. Now here's the deal. There is no ABV on the bottle, and I get it. Back in, well, hell, I remember Schlitz in the 70s. I gotta assume it was around before then. Um, in fact, it says right on the bottle, established 1849, so it's been around for a while. And I know that ABVs weren't normally probably was not on the original label, but put it on now. I mean, that's not cool. I don't like the fact that there's no ABV on it, and anybody who watches this channel knows that I don't like that. And here's the real thing. When I go to Untappd, Untappd says it has a 4.6 ABV. When I go to Beer Advocate, it has a 4.7 ABV. Hey Schlitz, you know how you eliminate confusion? Put the ABV on there yourself, then nobody has to wonder. So, I mean, that's a negligible difference, 4.6 and 4.7. But nonetheless, this is the reason that you put it on there yourself. The brewer knows best, what the ABV is. And like I said, I get that in the past it wasn't necessary, nobody did it, but in this day and age, it's just irresponsible. It really is. So, I'm going to crack this bad boy open. This is described as a North American adjunct lager. So, I'm going to be using my Pilsner glass. I did a little bit more research, and I found out that the conical design I was mentioning before, that's called a pokal, or a pokol, or P-O-K-A-L. So however the hell you pronounce that in whatever language it is, that's the conical one. This is the American version of the pokal, which is simply a Pilsner glass. And a Pilsner glass is what Beer Advocate says to use for, spit it out, Rouse, for a North American adjunct lager. So there you have it. Lots and lots of carbonation there. Has a rather resilient head. Let's get a nice view of the color. You're actually seeing the color you're seeing pretty close to the color. Let me see if we can get it so that I don't have my ugly mug in the glass itself. And there we go. That is high carbonation, that's for sure. Smell, well, honestly, I think they must use Pilsner yeast, because I sure smell it. If that ain't Pilsner yeast, it's something that smells a lot like it. Smelling malty. Just the slightest bit of honey, like maybe sweet grain. Just a hint of booziness to it. So anyway, there you have it. Let's dig in. Cheers. Well, I'm going to describe that as a medium mouthfeel. There's some spikiness to it. Tastes kind of, and there's a little bit of sweetness to it, a little on the malty side, a little more malty than I'm used to lagers being. This ain't a bad beer. It really isn't. And one thing I wanted to show you as I looked at this last night, looking at it, um, this is described on their bottle. I'm going to put that right up there. See that four-letter word right there under the barcode? Beer. This is simply a beer. The fact that we've decided to call it a North American adjunct lager is basically the craft world saying, come on, there's got to be a classification for it. They're just happy to call it beer. So, as I said, medium mouthfeel. Still has plenty of bubbles coming up through it. What else do I taste? I taste sort of an oatiness. Um, this is almost like a wheat lager. Um, that's not a bad beer. It really isn't. I tell you what, if my two options were this or Budweiser, I'd definitely take Schlitz. So, yeah, it's for me. It's a blast from the past. Um, I was so young, I don't even remember what it tasted like back then. But this is not a bad beer. This is not a bad beer. $1.49 for this bottle. So, and a blast from the past. Uh, Big lager fans. I don't know. If you're a lager purist, you may not like it. If you're a lager fan, you probably will, especially if you like the weedy, more weedy lagers. But this is definitely a weedy lager. And see, that head is still persistent, so that's pretty nice. Okay, okay, this has not been bad. I'm not going to be buying 6 packs of this regularly and not going to be drinking it regularly. But as I said, if my two options are Budweiser and Schlitz, I'm going with this one. So until next time, drink good beer, don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.